Hi everyone. I hope you all had a great weekend. Mine was okay. I can't complain. In any event, uh, we had a few, well, I believe, although I spoke about that Saturday, although I spoke about the tariff issue between Trump and Mexico on Saturday, but I feel it's bear repeating again tonight, so I'll say a few more words about it. In any event, today's Monday. It's half and half today. The first half, for those who don't know, who are new to the chat or in the audience, uh, the first half is about current event, what's in the news. I will give my intuitive impressions about what's in the news. The second half is my turn to give back to the community. So if you have personal questions, feel free to post them on the chat and I will randomly pick people because I am the only one monitoring. Well, I do have help and I thank Pat and the other monitors for helping me monitoring the room. But as far as operation, I'm the only one, so please forgive me if I don't call you and the other you posted your questions. But I will try to answer as many as I can, and I will ask. Please don't call unless I ask you. I know some of you jumped the line. Please don't do that. In any event, I'll try to answer as many questions as I possibly can. And I cannot stay more than maybe a minute or two to give you the answer that you are seeking. But I'll do the best I can to go as fast as I possibly can. In any event, that was the announcement for today. I don't believe I have anything else. So let's jump right into well, there are a few, in my opinion, there are a few major news. The tariff thing that Trump is going around to giving interviews to everyone who is willing to listen. It feels like to me, intuitively, when I look at him, whenever he does that, he's proactive about doing interviews, trying to do all kinds of stuff. It is because he's trying to cover up something. In this case, it is because, well, the usual thing, he's lying again. And the other thing is, what is resonating with me is the fact that someone mentioned on a show, I believe it was MSNBC, that and everything was done a few months back, a few months ago. Okay, the only thing the Mexican government is doing is, it seems like they are, instead of doing it later, they're doing it now, meaning they call National Guardsmen. They're going to put them in their frontier between them and Guatemala and other South American countries. Well, we will see what happens. Okay, so these are the little things that the Mexican government had to do to please Trump. And like I said last time, there was a lot of things going on behind the scene to give this guy an off ramp. And now he's playing with his big mouth again, and he's threatening to impose tariff again. I don't, like I said before, this time it was not going to happen. And even if he does it again, it's bluster. He's trying to change the conversation. And that's basically what he did. Because the Mueller thing was basically was taken over. So he's going to continue to pull those stunts until they don't work anymore. Okay, and yes, those type of stunts on his part will lose their effectiveness. But the news media still think that we are living in normal time. Whenever the president speaks, it has to carry weight, and they have to run around and report what the president says. I feel the news media is going to have to recalibrate that genre of thinking. So, because as they know, if we notice also the past few weeks, they've been openly calling Trump liar. So things are changing a little bit in the right direction. In any event, my point is he's threatening to put tariff again. If he does, it's just the same baloney. Okay, he's going around saying Mexico cave. I don't feel Mexico cave. It's just a lot of things went behind the scene just to make sure they give him an off ramp so that he doesn't mess up our economy and that of the Mexicans. And to be honest, I am still concerned. I hope I'm wrong with our economy. And intuitively speaking, even this week, okay, I would be surprised if towards the end of the week, the market doesn't go negative again. I feel like it's going to keep seesawing. So I am a bit concerned about the economy because of the way he goes about handling things. In any event, the next major news to me, well, there are two more. McConnell, I believe I mentioned McConnell a number of times in my videos, and his wife. And there was a video I released months ago. I was talking about how his wife was like a courier, so to speak, back and forth between McConnell and Trump. This is what's going on in the background, behind the scenes. And also, there is something in the news, either last night it came out or this morning, about the way McConnell's wife went about inviting people and also tried to bring industries and, given the position. So she's been using her influence to bring money and jobs in his area so that he can get reelected. And that's in the newspapers. And from what I understand, there is a whistleblower. Somebody went and spoke to Congress, and I did mention that as well. I said there were people behind the scenes that are talking to Congress that we are not aware of. In any event, I feel that situation is going to cause some problems for McConnell and his wife. I don't feel it's just going to go away. People are going to press both of them. And I feel that it's going to cause McConnell some headaches. That's the way I am. That's the way I am getting this. And you know something? I don't like to say certain things, but I'm gonna, because I wish I could validate, but there is no way I can validate this. Trump and McConnell's wife, behind the scenes, they are concocting different type of things, all kind of scenarios, all kind of a lot of things, in order for them to be able to keep McConnell where he is at, because Senator Trump is able to manipulate him. So there is a lot of games being played between Trump, McConnell's wife, and McConnell. It will come out at the right time, but this is going on behind the scene. And also, given that Trump is, I gotta say it, he's a con man. He thinks like, the people in real estate, if they don't rob you, they feel dumb. That's the way some of them are. If they are doing a business deal with you, if they don't do something to get over, they feel like they're stupid. That's that's Trump's behavior. If we watch, as we've been watching the past few years. In any event, that's why a lot of people in this administration are going to get themselves into trouble, and that behavior that he's doing with McConnell's wife, telling figure out what to do behind the scenes to get McConnell reelected, okay, and then also bring money into McConnell's area in order for people to vote for him. That stuff is gonna turn on. All these things will come out at some point, and McConnell is gonna get in trouble because of that. And I mentioned he may have health issues. I wouldn't be surprised if those things don't put stress on him enough and get him sick. So I feel this situation has legs. McConnell and his wife are going to be pressed about this, the way they are going about bringing jobs to his area and people investing and bringing and doing all kinds of things. So I'm going to keep my ears to the ground and see how things develop. The next, it feels like to me this is big as well. Kushner. And I predicted that he will move to New York, him and Ivanka. They found out that somehow he's either a member of an investment company, and they have a bunch of rich people in it. Somehow somebody funneled $90 million to some kind of something that he's an investor in, or something to that effect. Okay. I feel this is going to cause Kushner a lot of issues as well. And I feel like saying, I would not be surprised if he doesn't. I know Trump is the one who's passing around those, if Trump says blesses somebody and they for you to receive a security to have top secret access, security clearance, you have it. But there are going to be issues with Jared, security issues. There are going to be a lot of questions about that. And I feel, well, it's obvious, you don't need a psychic to tell you this, but Congress is going to jump on that bandwagon as well. I feel this is going to cause major headaches for Kushner, and I feel intuitively it's going to open doors for Congress and others who want to investigate the type of business he's been conducting while in the White House. And yes, they're going to find dirt on Kushner and his family. This is going to cause major headaches for him. Not only this $90 million deal, they are going to find out about other financial shenanigans behind the scenes that are not public yet. I feel Kushner shot himself in the foot. And yes, these people are not working in the best interest of America. Trump and his family and the Kushners. These people, everything begins with them first. Like I said, a lot of people in the real estate industry, that's the way they think. They have to find a way to get over. And that's what's going to get both families into trouble. The Trumps, the Kushners, and people and the immediate circle. Well, Trump, I'm sure Trump's circle is Ivanka and Jared's circles as well. So that's going to cause problems. And I know Congress, today we had our first, they had their first sessions, people testifying. John Dean testified today. I saw a little bit of it. I watched it maybe for about a half hour or so because I had other things to do. I could not watch the whole thing. I feel he did very well. But to finish what I was saying, this is not going to go away. These financial shenanigans that Trump is involved in, the Kushners are involved in, it's going to come back to bite. To summarize, that's what I wanted to say intuitively. That's what I feel. And I did watch the John Dean's testimony, and there were the two of the ladies. They are former attorney generals. One is a teacher. I forget their name right now. I'm sorry, but I'm sure if you watch the hearing that took place today, you will know who I'm talking about. Both of the ladies have been. They are MSNBC consultants. In any event, I feel they did very well. And it was very interesting. I have to give this guy props. From what I understand, he's 80 years old. His mind is very, very sharp. I watched the way he handled. His name is Matt Gaetz, I believe. Jim Jordan, and there was another Republican. This guy basically just embarrassed these people. You can see the wisdom in the guy, his intellect, and I heard the other day he's about around 80. I hope I'm like him when I'm 80. He basically, nobody, none of them were able to put a fast one on him or him getting confused. You could tell he was in full control of himself and in full control of what he was saying. None of those guys were able to lay a glove on him. So I wanted to mention that. I don't feel the hearing had the impact he could have had, but I don't feel intuitively it was a total loss. I feel it was the beginning, okay? And also with the helicopter that crashed in New York City, of course, the news media, I mean, as long as it was not a terrorist act, so one person died. It's unfortunate. The pilot died, unfortunately, but they could have cut in and out once they found out that it was an accident. Televise the testimony. They didn't. So, but anyway, what else is new? But I feel that if it was televised, it would have more of an impact. But what I felt intuitively as I was watching it, this thing is going to have like a build-up effect, okay, as they present more people as the week, and I mean as the days go by, more people testify. It's going to gain traction, and then people are going to start paying more attention. So, but I feel today could have been better if the news media did pay attention, and but I feel all three, John Dean and the other two ladies, they did very well, in my opinion. I did not watch the whole thing. I watched a little bit of it, but intuitively speaking, I feel they did a great job. But John Dean knocked those guys out of the park. It was unbelievable. In any event, that was my intuitive impression of the hearing. And a few people keep asking me about this. I don't like to go and talk about this, but people are asking me about the guy Epstein in Florida and his connection with Trump, and that guy Nader, who's into kids porn or something like that. Okay, I feel the interest. Well, first of all, it's something very bad. But besides that, people are wondering if Trump is involved. I to be honest, I don't like Trump. I don't think he's very bright. But I don't see him being involved in trafficking. If you think of trafficking in terms of him when he had that modeling company or whatever he had, and he was walking around, and on the girls naked, in that sense, okay. But I don't see him and these guys, him taking part in any whatever sex ring they had going on. I'm even having issues getting into this because I think it's so terrible. I'm sorry, but it's not something I'm familiar to do. I don't. It's a topic I stay away from. But I don't see him involved in these things. The guy Epstein, yeah, and other people, yes, yeah, he was their friends because sometimes you have friends they're doing things you may not be aware of. So Trump is not a nice guy, but I don't see him involved in that situation. If I ever see it, I will let you know. But I looked into it today because someone posted a question about it again over the weekend. I am not seeing it. And also, given the way Trump is, unless they had a picture or they had a video, he's going to deny it till the end. And unfortunately, at his level, he's president of the United States. Like I heard somebody said the other day, if you're gonna go for him, you better bring it and don't miss. So, but what I'm saying is, even if it was true, unless they have videos and they have pictures of him, he's going to deny it. And I am not seeing it. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to lie or try to make up something that I am not getting. In any event, I will look for the next topic. Oh, we got to say something light today. I know that most of you don't. I'm going to inject something light. I love Rihanna, and I read something about Rihanna today. She's in love with a billionaire. And the reason why I am bringing that up is because I did a video some months back. I know most of you probably didn't even watch it because it had nothing to do with politics. I mentioned Rihanna will get married and she will have a child. When I heard that today, she's saying that she's in love with some gentleman. I would not be surprised if Rihanna gets married. That's why I brought that up. But I thought it was interesting. I thought it was good. In any event, the other person, there is a gentleman by the name of Michael Wolff. He wrote, he's a writer, he's an author. I saw him on MSNBC in fact, I believe at 6 o'clock. He was on MSNBC. And he was talking about the way Trump goes about making believe he's doing things. And it resonated with what he said, resonated with me. That's why I'm bringing it up intuitively. He says if we watch the way he handled the Mexican stuff, he just messed things up and then, make believe he did something. But Trump knew from the beginning the situation. There was nothing he could have done about it. He wouldn't be able to impose a tariff. I don't know how. I don't understand. I know what tariff is, but I don't understand how they go about putting it into effect in any event. And he mentioned the North Korean situation as well. The way Trump went and made a whole big thing. He was going to bomb North Korea and blah, blah, blah. And he never did anything. He said, if you notice, nothing changed. But in both cases, and my intuitively speaking, things changed. North Korea managed to outsmart Trump. We are no longer having military exercises we are no longer conducting military exercises with the South. It's a big win for North Korea. So, in effect, we lost. The next thing is with Mexico. They're going to, at some point, they're going to get tired of Trump. And they're going to call his bluff. Intuitively, that's what I feel. And other countries are going to start calling his bluffs as well. And that's why China is taking the posture they are taking. They are beginning to call his bluff because they know he's not popular in the country, okay? And a lot of things that he does, he's just, without any plans, he just acts. So, some people are beginning to call his bluffs. Okay, in any event, this is what I have for today. I hope I didn't talk too much. It's 8:25. Oh my God! Well, I'll answer. I will look for questions to answer until 8:30. We will switch to personal questions and politics, if that's the type of question. Whatever questions you have, I'll answer them. Okay, somebody's mentioned people. Yes, I heard the couple. 3 people died in the Dominican Republic last week. I feel, and the reason why I said that, first of all, I don't feel there was like people trying to kill Americans. That's not what I feel. A lady from Arizona who was there last year, I believe, she said she was there last summer, and she got violently ill. And it seems like, and she said she called a maid, a lady that was cleaning the rooms, to come in and help them. The lady, once she walked into the room and she smelled it and she backed off. It seems like to me, well, Dominican Republic, of course, there is no control over any of that stuff. And I'm not bad-mouthing Dominican Republic. And where I was born at is probably worse as far as safety, public safety, the use of certain chemicals and the like. That's what I feel probably, not probably, but that lady mentioned some kind of chemical they were spraying outside for the lawn, chemical to treat the lawn. That's possibly what's causing that stuff. It resonated with me. That's why I'm saying someone asked that question. That's what I feel is going on. I don't feel somebody's going around killing Americans. Okay, let me look for the next question. Okay. Oh yeah, hi Jerry Path. Jerry Path is saying it's a baseball player. You're right. Well, that one is a separate issue. He's Dominican. Well, American Dominican, or however we go about doing it. The court, I feel this one is just crazy people doing crazy things. Not, I forget his name, not the baseball player, but it's just like in Haiti as well. I'll tell the short story. One of my cousins on my mother's side, he was living in Canada, or he went to visit Canada, and he went back to Haiti. On his way from the airport to his house, the guy got killed because they were trying to rob him. So the same thing, it feels like to me, in the Dominican Republic. The reason why I brought up that situation is because to show, I just want to show how lawless those places can be. No, I didn't watch. I watched snippet of that video of the incident in the Dominican Republic. The way I saw it, it seemed like it's just a random act. Some crazy guy who's going around probably and there are a lot of envious people as well in those places. I mean, all over the world, there are people, they see you dress well, you have, something they think is an expensive outfit and shoes, and you look like you have money, and they don't like you, they will do something. So it feels like along that line to me. I don't feel they basically went out, and I can be wrong, but I was looking at the guy, he was beat up. They pummeled the guy basically. I was watching. I didn't watch the video, but I saw pictures of a video on TMZ that the people beat him up really bad. He was bloody. In any event, I don't feel. I was looking. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't feel that he was targeted. To be curious, feels like to me just crazy folks doing dumb things. Hi, Mystery. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm sorry if you posted this. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay. But that's what I feel about the Big Papi. That's how they call him, but I don't remember his name. But I remember that because Obama wrote something about him, wishing him well. And from what I understand, he's being transported to Boston today anyway. Okay, let's see the next question. You know what? Storm is asking who will be the next British Prime Minister. Boris Johnson, I don't know who the others are. This gentleman really has a very good chance of making it. For some reason, I would be surprised if he does. Yes, I know he's coming across very well and making promises. I heard about that this morning, but I will give next time, Wednesday morning, I will tell you who I feel is going to be, because there is something about him. To me, he's got 80% chance. I am not getting him 100%. Somehow there is something about that guy that may come out that may hold him back. But we'll see. I'll let you know on Wednesday. No, I didn't think about it. Okay. Yes, Dave Ortiz. Thank you, Koban. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's see. Next question. Pat would like to know if she's going to find a new place to move to soon. I feel like saying yes, Pat. Okay, why am I getting 2 bedrooms? Is that what you're looking for? I'm getting the number 2. The minute I read your question, and I'm getting number 2. So if you want to call me, we'll discuss it, and I'll try to figure out why I'm getting the number 2. I don't think it's the number of the place. It feels like 2 bedrooms. So please let me know. There's some kind of, I don't know if it's 2 bedroom or 2 bathroom, something like that. Okay, but there is the number 2 associated with it. So please feel free to call me, or let me post my number again. Hopefully I have it. Nope. Let me get it and I will post it. I thought I had it. I don't know why this thing does this, but it seems to have a mind of its own. Okay, here's the number to call me Pat, if you feel like calling me, but I feel yes, you're going to find a place. And I feel between now, July, somewhere around there. Okay. Let's see. Angela, he's saying she hopes NRA goes bankrupt. I would not be surprised, Angela. I feel there's a very good chance of that, but it feels like to me it's going to be towards the end of the year. Something is going to happen. Okay. Somebody's asking, are we ever going to get those 82 documents from the Republicans? I thought this was the topic of your time. Oh, shoot, right. Yes, until I found out about all those things. Okay. Oh, yes. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. Absolutely, the documents will be given to Congress. Let me put it this way: every single document that Congress has asked for, they're gonna get. In fact, yes, I'm sorry, I should have. I thought I brought that up. DOJ made a deal with them. They're gonna. There was something that the House wanted from DOJ. They worked things out, and I feel, and to believe when I touch with that situation, bar there's a line he doesn't want to cross, being held in contempt of Congress. It seems like for some reason he doesn't want to go that far, and to me, what it means is he has his limits, how far he will go about defending Trump and the other shenanigans that he's doing. So yes, Trish, Congress is going to get every single document. So it's a matter of time. And I will change the title. Sorry about that. Because that's what I meant to talk about before, but I started reading about the McConnell stuff again before I came on. And I was trying to intuitively figure out what's going to happen. And I neglected to talk about that. So I will change the title. Okay. Landers is asking if she will be well enough to go to Scotland. I feel like saying yes because I'm seeing you outside of the country. So, and I'm seeing you walking. So, yes, you're going to make it. Somebody's asking, Mueller and others were threatened by Trump team. How do they go about it? Mueller was threatened. Let me put it this way: Trump can threaten all he wants. They are empty threats. A lot of it he can't carry out. The only threat I feel Trump can carry out is trying to sue people or go to court, blocking, documents from being released. He's gonna lose those too. So I don't think all his threats, they're just bravado in my opinion. So I wouldn't worry about. He can't do anything to Mueller, that's for sure. Okay. Bonnie's asking, did the Supreme Court realize what would happen with dark money and government from Citizen United? You know, the conservative on the court, I don't think they care. I mean, I don't. First of all, I don't feel they analyze the situation to that depth. Republicans wanted them to do certain things. They just went ahead and do it. That's what it feels like to me. But they didn't go into all that analysis, what the ramifications were going to be, allowing that much money to be pumped into the politics the way it is being pumped in. So, yes. No, they didn't think about it. And yes, at some point it will change, but not now. Not until we have a different administration and a few changes on the court. I am reading. Roach is asking about war in the Middle East. Uh, I don't. I to be honest with you, Roach, I'm not seeing war in the Middle East. So if I do, I'll let you, all of you know. Believe me, the first thing I'll start with is I'll tell you I'm concerned. But for some reason, I'm not concerned at all about a war in the Middle East at this time. No, and not in the near future. I don't think so. And McConnell is. I went over that. McConnell has some issues, corruption, because he's of what his wife is doing behind the scenes. Okay, try to help him get reelected, pumping money and other things like the oligarch that went and invested, from what I understand, over $200 million in his district. He there was a highway that was supposed to be done. All of a sudden, there is funding for the highway now. All these things, Trump, is helping them in order to prop up McConnell. But from what I understand, McConnell has someone who is challenging him. If this is done properly, like I understand, Democrats are going to blame him for preventing, basically blocking, causing gridlock in the government. If it's done properly, he will lose. But Democrats have to do it. They have to put the message out. If they do that, yes, it's done. I'd be surprised if he comes back in 2020. But I'm saying what they have to do. If they don't, with the amount of money he's able to bring into his district, it's going to be difficult if to unseat him, unless I believe it's a lady who's running against him. If they show him for that he's corrupt, yes, he's going to have issues. That's what I'm trying to say, because he's been there forever. They know him well, so. But and also his polling numbers are very low at 18%. That's not good either. Okay. I am going to scroll back down. Okay. I am looking for questions. Let's see. I'm sorry if somebody told me, someone asked me a question and I didn't see it. Carol Jackson is saying Barr will give Congress what he wants them to have. I'm sorry, Carol. I don't think so. But I mean, today he folded, and I've been saying this for weeks now. Congress will get what it wants. They can drag their feet, they can obfuscate, they can do all those type of things. But I'll tell you, they will get the documents. That, I can see, the Congress getting the documents. That I don't know, but I don't see how they're going to get out of this. Well, let me put it this way. I've been saying this before I even knew how they were going to do this. I've always said two things. Trump is not going to wait for him to be impeached. And once Congress start having people to testify, he was going to run. So once they start Once they get his tax documents and other documents concerning his business and money laundering, he's gonna run. He's not gonna stay. So let's see what happens. Bunny's asking, will the arm deal to Saudi Arabia be stopped? Uh, I feel like saying yes, okay, but Trump is going to continue to do the best he can, but I feel he's going to get in trouble for that as well because I don't know how this is going to happen, but I was reading the other day there are certain components to that were not supposed to be built or made abroad. They are being manufactured now in Saudi Arabia, and Trump gave his okay. That stuff is going to be scrutinized as well. So I feel the arm deal is going to be stopped, and Trump and family they're going to get in trouble over that as well. Components being made outside of the country that should not be. Okay. Egypt is saying maybe that female whistleblower is Cheeto's sister, that judge. I don't think so. I mean, she resigned. She's no longer a judge, by the way. She got caught. Well, they did a report about her, how she went about dodging taxes. She resigned. She's no longer a judge. She took retirement. She went into retirement. That's what happened. Let's see. Somebody, Carbon Cat is asking, is it true that Onjuni's half brother who was killed was a CIA informant? I am not getting that. I wouldn't say it's out of the realm of possibility. While you said that, I was looking. It feels like he was in communication with certain people, okay, which can be perceived as him being a CIA agent. But these things are never straightforward, okay? But I'm not getting a direct correlation, communication between him and the CIA. I'm not getting it that way. Okay, Carbon Cat, I'm not saying I'm not seeing him being completely innocent. You know, when people talk and it seems like he traveled, so he may get himself into trouble that way. And Cam thinking he's an informant and killed him. But I don't feel he was probing and looking for things there because that's what I'm looking for. I'm not seeing that. And I don't feel he had. That gentleman was basically ostracized. He probably gave information, psychological information about his brother or talk about his brother in that sense. But I'm not getting him basically working for the CIA. I'm not getting it that way. Okay, Common Cat. I hope I said it straight. I don't think he was working for the CIA directly. He may have spoke to people who had connection with the CIA and they exchange information. But I didn't see him actually go over there, spy, and then report. I'm not getting that. So that's why I'm saying I don't see him being a CIA, part of the CIA. Will Matt get? Yeah, Matt Getz is going to get himself, and somebody's asking, will Matt Getz get into trouble? Yes. Patika has problems. I saw him. I mean, Dean embarrassed him today, so it was not pretty. His ignorance was really showing today. Anyway, 1943 is asking, Will she ever get her inheritance? You know, 25 years? Wow. I feel like saying yes, but what are you doing 1943 to get your money? That's what I feel like saying. The minute I saw it, I feel like saying yes, but what are you doing to get it? Okay? So that's what it feels like to me. Jane Waters is asking, will the documents be unredacted? Yes, Jane. Congress is going to get the full report and documents and everything. Even if 10 pages are still redacted, DOJ is going to give them everything. Roach is asking, Len thought Mueller was threatened. Nobody's going to threaten Mueller. And you know what? It's a dangerous game to threaten, well, in America it is, because you see, although the Trumps think they are royals and their fathers, and Trump is going to be president for life, they can fantasize about that. That's the dangerous thing about democracy. You're not there forever, okay? Once it's you become a regular citizen, anything that you did that was wrong, and if like in Trump's case, very good chance once he leaves office, he's going to be indicted, and he's going to have many other problems. So threatening people and some of the stuff that Trump is doing, they are all going to come back to bite. And Stephen Miller as well. Okay? These people are going to be private citizens again. And Stephen Miller, I hope he can afford bodyguards an entourage for the rest of his life, because he's going to have to dig a deep hole and go in there and hide, because this kid is going to have major issues once Trump is out of office. Carol is saying DOJ is going to delete some of those papers. They better not. They can't do it, Carol. I'm sorry. That's a crime. And to be honest with you, I don't feel, if they were regular papers, maybe somebody can swipe and do something. But everything is computerized over there, okay? So you can't really delete anything. And even if you delete a file or a page or something like that, it's not deleted. Trust me, okay? Even I can do it. There are ways of recovering information from a disk, even if you deleted whatever was in there. I mean, after a while, if you know how to do it, you can wipe out the disk completely. Okay, but for the purpose, I'm just getting a little more technical, but no, I don't see how that's going to happen, and I don't see it happening. They're going to cough up everything. So that's the way I'm getting this. Okay. Somebody's asking, will one is asking, will the U.S. stock market crash this year? I don't feel it's going to crash this year. I am not seeing a crash, to be honest with you. Okay? We're going to get drops. And, it's going to get choppy. And we have to watch our investments because of Trump's behavior. But a crash like we had in 2008, I'm not seeing that yet. So, and when I see it, trust me, because I am putting something together about doing once a week something about the stock market and the economy. I know I've been saying that for a while. It's been on excuse me, on my mind all weekend. How I am going to do it. It's a matter of formatting it. That's what I'm working on right now. Okay. Let me go back down. Let's see. Let's see. Audrey is asking if they did destroy papers, is that a crime? Absolutely, it's a crime. That's government property. You destroy it, you're in trouble. So, the wannabe royals. I am trying to retire before I turn 120 years old. Thanks, Purple Rain. Purple Rain, I'm never going to retire, so don't feel too bad. But I enjoy what I do, so it's okay. How did the Capri's mom is asking, how did the Queen feel about all the freeloaders? You know, the Queen seems to take it in stride. No, she's not going to be their friends. She wants nothing to do with them, but she just went along with it. That's, it's her responsibility to be the head of government, or however you want to put it, to do what she did. She did it, and that's it. But if the Trumps think that they have a friend, they have friends over there, that's not going to happen. She wants nothing to do with them. It's not only the Queen, the rest of the kids, because they don't want to be associated with someone like Trump. Okay, with all the first of all, he's not very bright. Number two, he comes across as a bigot. Okay, a racist, you name it. Okay, and I'm sure his kids are the same way, and they have that superiority complex. And it's not that the royals don't have a superiority complex, but they know better. They know how to control it. But the Trumps feel they are entitled. Okay, so that's what's going to cause trouble for them, and that's why the Queen and her family, the royal family, so to speak, when I touch with them, they want nothing to do with the Trumps. So Linda is saying Jim Jordan made a yeah, Jim Jordan didn't look very good today. I watched not a snippet, I watched the whole thing. John Dean basically used Jim Jordan as a map. So somebody, grandma, Grabinator, the Grabinator is asking, will Trump reimburse the government for the illegal spending? Don't hold your breath. His kids, they're gonna be shamed into reimbursing the taxpayers. Okay, but Trump doesn't have as much money as we think. I don't think so. Okay. Purple Wind says she bets the Queen made them eat Brussels sprouts at dinner. Hey, listen, Brussels sprouts is not too bad, Okay. Mayan, let me see. Okay, I thought that was a question. It's not a question. James Jordan is a big act. He starts speaking very fast, and you think he's, trying to confuse you, saying all these things. He's full of baloney. Well, today he had uh, I mean, John Dean, basically on these people today. It was unbelievable. Okay. Storm says a psychic said that the Queen didn't want the Trumps to sleep in Buckingham Palace. I wouldn't be surprised, but you know something? well, I guess it's a question of prestige. Did did Obama sleep there? I'm curious, but I wouldn't be surprised because, like I said, they tolerated the Trumps for a few hours. They were not fans, and if you see the picture, the ghostly picture that Ivanka and Kushner took, standing on that window. So, and they were booed as they were walking into that whatever house. I don't know if it was 10 Downing Street or something. But yeah, they were booed. Okay. Trump looked like, Sylvia says, Trump looked like a stuffed sausage. Did the tightness of the suit affect his blood circulation? I am sure it did. You know, in fact, I made a comment about that last week. That white, whatever he had on, and his stomach, it looked like he had one of those steel hats on his stomach. Oh my God, that was not a good look at all. Yes, he looked like a stuffed sausage. I didn't know Elizabeth gave him a book. Somebody, Diane says Elizabeth gave Trump a book. Yeah, good luck with that. He's not going to read it. Okay. It seems like, oh my God, it's 9 o'clock. Okay. Oh, Mayan, you watching this from your phone? That must be, oh my God. I didn't know, I've never done that. I have to try that one day. That must, oh, okay. Oh, and I guess if you have a Samsung or one of those large screen phones, you can see it, but wow. Scully is asking, he's saying that Elen Chow is a crook. Yes, McConnell is a crook as well. You know, and Scully, I was talking about that earlier, and that's why I went off topic. I meant to, well, talking about the documents because I've said so much about, Congress releasing the documents. I mean, DOJ and Trump, they're gonna get everything. Okay, so I was into talking about. In fact, that was the first thing I spoke about McConnell and his wife. And you know something? Their crookedness is going to catch up with them. Okay? And Trump is involved in that stuff as well. They're all behind the scenes trying to figure out how to pump money in his district so he can get reelected. That's what they're doing. And I mentioned before that she was the courier between Trump and McConnell, and there were things going on behind the scene. It's coming out now. So this is going to be very interesting. Okay. I think this is all for today. I'm looking to see if there is any. Okay, I think I answered all the questions. I'm sure I didn't answer all the questions, but I did the best I could. Thank you, everyone, for spending the hour with me. Thank you for your support, and Pat and the others who are helping me monitor the room. I appreciate it. And if you would like a reading from me, please, my link is below the video. And, or you can, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilu.com, or you can send me an email, psychicmilu@aol.com, or you can text me. Okay, so you have 3 options. Thank you, everyone, for spending the hour with me. I appreciate your support. Have a good night. Be well, everyone. Till Wednesday, but I will come on if major news break. Good night. See you soon. Bye.